This was me back in 2020 when I reacted to the Vikings drafting Justin Jefferson. I can't believe I found this file the other day. I had no idea where it went, but I found it. Okay, here we go. Let's react to this real quick.
Oh, maybe taking him 20.
Okay, look at me back in 2020. Video quality wasn't as good back then, but we had it in lock. Okay, there we go. Let's react to this real quick.
25th, if someone doesn't. It's possible he could go to New Orleans. I mean, he did grow up in Louisiana and New Orleans. They're good.
I'm talking about Justin Jefferson right now, about the team that could take Justin Jefferson. Little did I know it was going to be the Vikings. I'm talking about if the Saints would look to drafting Justin Jefferson, because at the time, Michael Thomas was a monster, and he still is. He just hasn't played. They were looking for someone to play alongside him, obviously, with one of the best offensive trios with Kamara, Breeze, and Michael Thomas at the time. They were looking to add someone else to their roster. There's also a Jared Cook back then. And I was talking about maybe if the Saints would have drafted Justin Jefferson. Here we go.
They trade out if they can find a good trade.
Come on, Vikings are on the clock, I think.
Okay, so Rick Spielman looks pretty happy about this pick right now.
He looked happy about the pick. I remember that part.
Just been smiling. So I feel like he did land a player that he was really looking at. I think it's Josh Jones or Justin Jefferson, because both of them were not expected to still be available.
Josh Jones at the time. I'm happy the Vikings didn't draft Josh Jones, because that guy has not panned out so far.
That's on Josh Jones, just because. Yeah, it's got to be Josh Jones. I feel like it is, because Rick's.
My dad was in the room with me, so if you're wondering who I'm talking to, I was watching the NFL draft with my dad, because at the time everybody was locked at their house.
Spielman puts in everything in Kirk Cousins for this to be his guy of the future, and he has to give him the most protection he can. And it was clear he didn't have enough protection on the left side last year. It was mostly the guards' fault, though. Pat Elflein, other guards. Okay. Oh.
The audio is a little bit low. I wish it was a little louder. I don't know why the audio is so... let's see if I can turn it up. Here, we'll replay that 1 second.
Okay. What? Vikings went with Justin Jefferson. I am kind of unhappy with that, but Justin Jefferson is really
kind of unhappy. What? I don't remember ever being unhappy. I remember being excited. Maybe because I just wanted it to be Josh Jones at the time, because our offensive line was so awful that year. But why would I have been mad? I mean, he was not at all expected to be still available.
Expected to still be available. Amazing in college. Ran a lot of great routes. And I think Justin Jefferson... Okay, I'm not actually mad about that. Even though I wanted Josh Jones, Justin Jefferson, that's totally fine with, because he was such a good wide receiver in college. Broke a lot of records.
Look at this professional breakdown. Such a good receiver in college. Run a lot of great routes. Look at my... Be sarcastic.
Records in LSU, and that's the same college Odell went to. Jarvis Landry. A lot of good wide receivers went to college, and he's exactly what you want, a great route runner. I still kind of wish they went with Josh Jones, but it's okay. I mean, they can get guards in the second round, and I don't know if they're going to be able to get another offensive tackle, though, to a new left tackle. So
they did. They went Ezra Cleveland in the second round.
Now you can have
left guard.
Justin Jefferson teamed up with Adam Thielen. That's a great duo. And then Tajay Sharp inside the slot. This is great. And then you can have Olabisi as a 4, step into the 3 role when his time comes, or step into the 3 role if Adam Thielen goes down again this year.
I was talking about Tajay Sharp being the wide receiver 3. A very solid wide receiver 3. No, Tajay Sharp got, 1 reception in his season with the Vikings. God-awful season. B.C. Johnson was coming off of an excellent rookie year as well. So I thought B.C. Johnson was going... Apparently, I thought he was going to be a wide receiver 4 at the time. We didn't know exactly what we were going to know after team OTAs and training camp happened. B.C. Johnson ended up being the starter because we didn't have preseason and team OTAs that year because of COVID. But so that's why Justin Jefferson didn't start the first 2 games.
Justin Jefferson does go down. So this is really good for the Vikings. I love this. Now, Justin Jefferson, of course, played on a great offense in LSU. So... maybe that made him look a little bit better, but him being with the Vikings, totally fine. He's going to stay in purple and gold, so that's another thing. He looked great in purple and gold, played great in purple and gold. So now the Patriots are on the clock. Nope. Okay, Patriots just traded with the Chargers.
They traded up to draft Kenneth Murray. I remember that. I also reacted to what was it? I reacted to the Jeff Gladney draft pick. So over here, let's try to find this.
Cornerback, if not Rivers out of town, but no, it was the offensive line that made Phillip Rivers look really bad. So they know that too. They need to beef up their offensive line. So that's why they traded up with the New England Patriots here. And so the New England Patriots did not want Jordan Love apparently. So now the Vikings with the 25th pick, I don't know what we're going to be able to do. Is this still recording? Still there.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of defensive tackles that are still available. However, I don't think the Vikings will take that. We took Michael Pierce already in free agency. We can still add more pieces. Defensive line is not a huge.
It's so interesting reacting to this knowing what I know now. It's like so much of this is just did not age well. Michael Pierce opted out of the season. We didn't expect that to happen. I was stupid. Didn't help us at all when he opted out of the season. Our 2020 defense was, I think it was still bottom 5 or somewhere around there in the NFL. Tajay Sharp did not pan out with the Vikings at all.
Issue for the Vikings right now. However, they could use it with that 25th pick. And defensive line players, those interior linemen, you can get that second, third round as well. So right here, this is probably with the 25th pick, the Vikings will probably go offensive tackle if Josh Jones is there, but he already is gone. Okay. They haven't even announced it, but
no, he was not gone. Let's speed it up a little bit.
For him? What helped is 100% sure they're taking Josh Jones? No, he's out of the first round. They don't have a second round pick, so that was very likely that they would have traded out of the first round. With the amount of players that are available, secondary will make a lot of sense.
Look at me wearing glasses.
At 25, because I don't think the Saints are going to trade out anymore. I think the Saints are going to go with the secondary player. I know, that's just my optimism.
Oh, okay. So I guess I didn't react to the Jeff Gladney, but that was my live reaction back in the day to the Vikings drafting Justin Jefferson. Little did I know that man was going to develop into a superstar. I mean, already a top 3 corner or wide receiver in football. Absolute monster. I had no idea he was going to develop into that at that time. I remember being very excited, which is why at the start I said kind of disappointed. I don't know why I said that, but I remember being hyped, and eventually I just realized, well, it's Justin Jefferson. I can't be disappointed about that. But that was my reaction, my live reaction 2 years ago to the Vikings drafting Justin Jefferson at the 22nd overall pick.